The Gonzaga Bulldogs are the 2015 West Coast Conference Tournament champions after a 91-75 victory over BYU. We're joined now by head coach Mark Few, tournament most outstanding player Kyle Wilcher, and Domantas Sabonis. Coach, congratulations on the title. Your thoughts on the win, please.
Well, it was just a great basketball game. You know, played with a lot of possessions and just a lot of heart showed by both teams. And I'm just ecstatic for our guys. We got back to playing, you know, the way we play and the way we've played, you know, the majority of this season, which is attacking you on offense and being tough as nails on the defensive end and directing shots and getting after it on the glass. So I thought in the end that was it. Our offense really got cooking in the second half, and we were able to stretch out some stops there and make some tough plays, which is what you have to. If you're going to beat BYU, I mean, you got to put your hard hat on and be tough because, I mean, there isn't many teams in America that play harder than they do. They just come at you, and that's what we did.
Thanks, Coach. Before we take questions, one other note. The attendance, 8,585, is a West Coast Conference tournament record crowd. Questions from media members, please raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone. Tell us your name and affiliation, please, and we'd like to start with questions for student athletes first.
I'm John Crumpacker with the West Coast Conference Sports. For Kyle, although BYU is the highest scoring team in the conference during the regular season, it seemed like your team was really pushing the pace. And did that have an effect on them, do you think, at all? That it seemed like Gonzaga was more or less controlling the pace of this game?
Yeah, in our first meeting, we didn't do a good job at pushing the ball, and that's one thing we kind of learned from the first meeting with them. And I think because we lost, we kind of had a little edge, and we really wanted to prove ourselves this game. And the couple days after practice, after the game, like we really worked on pushing the tempo. And if they want to play fast, like we can score with the best of them. So today we just wanted to push the tempo, and Kev and Eric and Gary and all our guards did a great job at that.
Second row.
Adam Hill, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Kyle, we've seen a little more of your interior game this year, but you were kind of pressed into that in the first half with some of the foul trouble. Were you expecting to be inside so much tonight?
Yeah, first game I didn't do a great job of just getting low. We knew they were going to switch, so today me, Shimmick, and Domas really worked in practice of just setting screens and rolling into the post and not letting them front and not letting them take away our post game. So today we really wanted to be physical down there, and if we work harder than them, the most aggressive person is going to get the foul. So we did a good job at pinning fouls on them, and I think that really hurt their bigs.
Other questions for student athletes? In the front.
Kyle, you've been on a championship team. Is this a championship team?
Well, yeah, we just got one. But
NCAA championship.
No, I'm just messing with you. No, definitely. We have all the pieces, and we just want to learn from this tournament and go with that mentality of playing harder than our opponent in the NCAA tournament and just play one game at a time, and really anything can happen. But definitely being on good teams, like this is one of them, and we want to do something special, and it's all talk until tournament. So we just want to prepare and get better every day.
Other questions for student athletes, please?
Kyle, just to end the debate, was that an assist from Pangos last night or a shot?
It was an assist. Yeah, definitely.
As for Domas, you a few times on the court were very emotional after a positive play went your way. Do you believe that when you're playing like you did tonight as a team, that Gonzaga would be very, very hard to beat in the NCAA tournament?
Yes, I think if I'm showing my emotions on court and bringing fire to the team, I think this helps the team in many ways. In defense, offense, everyone gets more motivated, and it just helps us in positive ways.
Jeff?
Kyle, going through what you did in 2012, how can that help this team going forward, do you think, as you start playing the NCAA tournament?
I mean, I've been there, just kind of bringing that confidence, I guess, just every night, tournament's crazy. Like, you just got to have the most confidence in the world going into each game and just play with tremendous effort, and I'd keep telling the guys that just like that 2012 team, before the tournament we were really anxious, like, hey, we could do something special, and we have the same thoughts with this team. So now we just have to go out and just play hard every game.
We'll take questions for Coach Few as well as student athletes.
Don't let Delmas get off the podium here. He's kind of nervous. So
Yeah, I actually did have one for you. Has everybody around the program has had success, but has Kyle specifically talked to you about just what it's going to be like coming up with expectations in the tournament and everything like that of what you guys are facing, what lies ahead?
We've talked plenty of times about this, and he said it's going to be very hard. The team has to work together and play hard, and we know every game is going to be a battle out there.
Todd Millis, Tacoma News Tribune. Coach Few had mentioned yesterday there was a lot of concern Saturday night in your locker room about your availability. Can you take us through from Saturday night to now and posting two fantastic outings back to back, and just when you started feeling okay?
Just right after it happened, I had a really tight hip and the muscle around it, and after the game it was super sore, and then when I woke up it was even sore, and so it wasn't looking good that morning. But our trainers here are unbelievable. We had a doctor fly in from Spokane, and she did some acupuncture stuff with me, and me and the trainer Travis Knight, we woke up early and got to the pool. So I wasn't sitting around on our day off. I was just doing treatment, ice bath all day, and I hate ice baths. So it just made my legs feel so much better. And then I didn't practice, so I just wanted to rest it. And then I just kept doing treatment on it, and it just kept getting better. And I'm just very thankful that everyone worked with me and helped me get it better.
Jeff?
For Coach Few, I think you said out there that this group was as hungry going into the NCAA tournament as any group that you've had. Just can you kind of elaborate on that, what you've seen?
Well, and my groups have all been, or our groups have all been hungry. So, but this is a group, and you got to understand they're doing that because they love each other, and they want to just keep playing together. That's the base of this whole. Has been the base of for the whole season, and the more we win, the more we get to play together, the more we get to hang out as a team, So that's the number one motivation. They've been remarkably consistent all year, dating all the way back to the Texas scrimmage, So this is a resilient group. It's a battle-tested group, and it was nice to kind of get down here, and I think we took a step to kind of getting back to, we'd kind of grinded our way through the league, and that's what happens in league play, and then we got back down here to being in attack mode, and I think that's without a doubt when we're at our best.
Couple more.
Coach, you've alluded to it could be a different person every night stepping up, and Cadrian is one of the better tournaments he must have had as a player, and as a redshirt freshman, you weren't that high on his defense, but now he's a guy you feel comfortable sticking on one of the best scorers in the nation for the second half.
Well, Kyle, these guys will tell you. He's got a incredible. Are you on your phone right now? That is so lame.
I made it my story. You're in it.
Great. Here, I try to teach my kids, now I know where they get this. They sneak it into the dinner table. They're sneaking it in their bed at night. That's the example you're setting for them. Kyle's made huge strides. And if you follow our team and these games, I think these guys will tell you there's been stretches of games where Kyle's came in and changed how the game's been going. He's kind of a Swiss Army knife. He does a lot of things for us. He's a problem solver if they're pressing us. He can punch gaps. He's a timely shooter. These guys will tell you he's really tough on the glass. He's a fighter, and he's became a very good, chasing guys off screens like Hawes. That's as tough as it gets in college basketball, and between him and Gary Bell and Eric a little bit, we've done as good a job as anybody on Tyler Hawes over the years, and he's something. Tyler Hawes is just shaking my head today. Some of the shots he hit that were closely guarded.
Bud?
Yeah, Bud Withers, Seattle Times. Mark, your bigs really asserted themselves tonight. It was sort of a flip-flop of what happened in Spokane. Can you explain why it worked?
Well, I mean, I think those guys could probably tell you about it. I mean, we had, some good discussions and practice sessions, and we got after it pretty good and addressed it in both film and individual work, and then on the floor. And sometimes you get away from understanding what your strengths are. I mean, we got a lot of strengths, but at the end of the day, our bigs are what separate us, nationally. I mean, they between the three of them, they each bring a different entity, and something's got to give. And it was great tonight to see all three of them play fantastic. Wilch was doing his thing. What I'm most proud about is Domus came in and kind of got off to just a little bit of a slow start with a couple miss or a shot block. He just kept on it and on it and on it. And as he said, that's what he brings, man. I mean, he is as tough as nails and strong and assertive. And then when he started taking over, and then Shemek had foul trouble, we got him in the second half. And I thought Shem was fantastic in the first 10 minutes of the second half. They were playing off him, and he was making every right decision and delivering. So it's quite a three-headed monster.
Got time for two more?
Coach, what makes Kyle such a tough matchup for the opposition, and also what has he meant to the program?
Well, I mean, he's meant everything to the program. I mean, he embodies kind of what our program's all about. He's given up. He gave up a lot when he left Kentucky to come to Gonzaga, but he had a drive and an ambition to make himself better. But all the while, he wanted to tie it into a team framework, and he's an incredible teammate, and so that's how he has the guys' respect to be able to do the things he does on the offensive end. What makes him, what I think where he's really grown is he's scoring in a variety of ways. When he came to us, he was basically a pick and pop four, and now that's probably 20% of his game, and then the rest is down low where he's really going to work and fighting physical play and delivering, and he's become a very good defensive rebounder, and now he's even scoring on drives. So it's been a win-win.
Last question.
Yeah, for Mark. You've won, I think, 5 of these tournaments now in Vegas. What do you think of this city as a tournament host, and how do you minimize distractions for your players here?
My guys are dialed in, man. They're winners and they're competitive, and they come down here and they want to hurry up, get to the games and play. So that's not an issue with us. I mean, we were the ones pushing for Vegas for a long, long time. Gonzaga was, and for a neutral court, because it was ridiculous the way we were doing it before, on home courts. And so we knew it was going to be a positive move. The Orleans Arena has fit us perfectly, and quite frankly, I mean, this thing's been a huge success because of the Gonzaga fans. I mean, that's the reason why it's been a success, is how our fans travel. I mean, there are 6,000-7,000, maybe more of them here year in and year out, and so it's been great, and we love it, and it's been a huge positive step for the league.
Congratulations, Gonzaga. Good luck next week and beyond.